can a police report be edited or changed after it's already been filed? And how would you go about doing that? The answer to the question is yes. You usually can change a police report. It varies though depending on the police department, but most of the time they will allow it. What you would need to do is call in to the officer that responded to the scene or to the police department that responded and give them the information that you need to change the report. A lot of times if you were injured and taken to a hospital, you may have not had the opportunity to give your version of how the accident happened. And so this is very consequential for your case to make sure that they get that information. So you want to call in, give them any information that you think that they have missed. Fourth thing we're going to talk about today are recorded statements, some advice that I can give you on recorded statements that you're going to get asked to do by the insurance companies. So after an accident, the auto insurance companies from the cars involved are going to start calling out to you asking, how did the accident happen? Were you injured in the accident, etc. From an attorney's perspective, we always tell people do not answer those questions or get involved in a recorded statement unless you have spoken to an attorney. If you've talked to an attorney or you have an attorney, the attorney is going to help you with that statement. There are many reasons why you wouldn't want to do this, but the biggest is you don't want to give them any evidence that they have recorded that could hurt you down the road. For instance, if you're in an accident and you immediately don't feel pain the day of, and you talk to them and they say, hey, were you injured? And you say, no, I was not injured. But then 24 hours later, you do start having pain and you go to a doctor, they're going to try and come back to you and say, hey, well, how come you told us the day of the accident that you weren't injured? So they can be very hurtful to your case depending on what is said. So the biggest thing to keep in mind with recorded statements is we usually don't advise to do a recorded statement. We usually tell people do a non-recorded statement, and even then always talk to an attorney first before agreeing to do any type of statement with the other driver's insurance. Fifth and final thing we're going to talk about today is why are police reports so vital? Why do we need them? Several reasons why. The biggest being is we need some type of documented proof that the accident happened. So a police report's going to do that. Second thing it's going to do is it's going to give us that vital information we need as to who was involved in the accident, how did the accident happen, where did the accident happen, and then did the other driver have insurance? And of course, who is that insurance? What's the policy? What's the company, etc. So you need a police report for documented evidence and then to get that insurance information, because ultimately, if you need to get your car repaired or you have injuries, you're going to want to make that claim with the other driver's insurance.